Some good news about the world's most common form of dementia, Alzheimer's. The results of a new drug trial has marked a major breakthrough in research surrounding the disease, which impacts millions worldwide. For more on this breakthrough, I'm joined by Dr. Donald Weaver. He's a senior scientist with the Krembil Brain Institute at the University Health Network, and he's in Toronto. Dr. Weaver, thank you for taking the time today.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
So how big of a breakthrough was this drug trial?
I think it's a pretty significant breakthrough. To date, there's never been a drug shown to influence what we call the natural history of disease, the course of Alzheimer's as a disease. And although the effect was small and modest, it did it. And so this is significant. This is probably the first drug that's ever shown the ability to affect the natural history of Alzheimer's disease.
Can you describe how it works? What did it do exactly?
There is a protein in the brain, a small protein. It's called amyloid, and it abnormally collects there in individuals with Alzheimer's disease. And this protein tends to get sticky and to clump up. And when it clumps up, it starts to destroy brain cells, and that ultimately leads to the dementia that is Alzheimer's disease. And this is a drug which attacks this particular protein, this protein called amyloid, and does its best to prevent it from trying to injure the brain.
So the drug did show some side effects, right? What were they, and how will that impact whether the drug actually becomes available for patients?
Yes, unfortunately, the drug does have some side effects, some of which could be quite significant. Some swelling of the brain and some bleeding into the brain have been noted. Now, this is the first major trial that has come out. And some individuals think that perhaps these side effects are associated with the drugs. Others dispute it. This is going to require some additional studies with larger numbers of patients to see if this really is a significant side effect. But if indeed it is a major side effect associated with it, it will, of course, have an impact on its ultimate approval. Time will tell.
So some people today are saying it's the beginning of the end of this disease. What do you make of that?
I don't know if it's the beginning of the end, but certainly it's an important beginning. And I think that's unfair. Huge amounts of research have been ongoing for decades that have led to this. This is certainly, as I said, a first drug that is disease modifying. And it's not a cure. We're nowhere near that yet. It's a step in the right direction, and once again, it's going to take additional trials and more drugs coming along before we actually achieve the ultimate goal of a cure.
Are you hopeful, even with these side effects?
Oh my goodness, yes. As a person who has been seeing patients and people living with Alzheimer's disease for 30 years, wow, this is a breath of fresh air. This is a step in the right direction. So I'm optimistic that we are at the start of something that is big, and I think that the future is indeed quite bright.
Dr. Weaver, good place to end it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dr. Donald Weaver, he's a senior scientist with the Krembil Research Institute at the University Health Network.